When I made the Sino and Nilou summon recommendations, I can't remember what that video was called, I talked about how Nilou was the wild card, and she still is. I don't know how she's going to land. I don't know how she's going to perform. Sino, I said, was the one that you could skip. Nilou was the let's wait and see. And then I did the most recent analysis of Nilou, obviously the pre-release analysis. I saw what was in her kit, and I wasn't that excited. I'll just say it like that. However, because I saw her as a wild card, I'm still holding on to a little bit of hope that she's going to be good, because she could just perform amazing. But from what I read on paper, without seeing any of the multipliers, without seeing any of her skills, without seeing her last passive talent, because it also didn't have her second passive talent in the post that we saw, I wasn't too sure on how she was going to perform. She didn't look as good as what I was thinking. So one thing before we get into it, we're in a team with Coley and Brebra. So I still firmly believe that no matter how this goes, Barbara's going to be more than likely the option for a lot of people to pair up Nilou with. For anyone who doesn't have Kokomi, one person being me, I would have to pair her up with Barbara. So this will probably be a pretty good analysis. However, I want to try out this skill. I'm assuming how it works is you just press the elemental skill repeatedly. It should be 3 times you have to press it. It'll either be 3 or 4. We're going to find out. So you can either do skill. Yeah, actually it'd be 4 times, because you could either do skill, attack, 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 or skill, 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 I think. So let's find out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, no, it is 4. I got confused. So I've just realized she has her sword. Let's check out her stats. She got 50k health. She's got 1200 attack. Okay, she doesn't have a lot of crit rate and crit damage, and she doesn't have a lot of energy recharge. But she does have 371 elemental mastery. What does her weapon do? HP is increased by... oh shit, it's got 60% HP on the weapon. I forgot about that. And then HP is increased by 20%. When an elemental skill hits opponents, you gain Grand Hymn, I don't know how to pronounce that, effect for 20 seconds. This effect increases the equipping character's elemental mastery by 0.12% of their max HP. That's pretty fucking good, actually. Especially for a proper HP scaler. When this effect gains 3 stacks, the third stack's duration is refreshed. Or when the third stack's duration is refreshed, the elemental mastery of all nearby party members will be increased by 0.2% of the equipping character's HP for 20 seconds. The equipping character's... oh, sorry, I missed the max. All right, I was about to say that's a bit confusing at the end there. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good weapon, so it's going to be a little bit skewed. She's on Tenacity of the Millilith, and she's on Gilded Dreams. So she's getting more HP, and she's getting more elemental mastery. So what's her base? She's got 13.3k base health. So she's getting a lot of it from this weapon. She's getting a lot of health from this weapon. She's at 50k. Her artifacts are at plus 20 all the way around. We can't check what's on them. Oh, one other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to check her second passive talent. This is the Courtum Dancing Petals, so we know what this does. This one. Every 1,000 points of Nilou's max HP above 30k will cause the damage dealt by bountiful cores created by characters affected by Golden Chalice's bounty to increase by 9%. Okay, I was wondering if she was going to have either a heal or she was going to increase the damage dealt by bountiful cores, because that was what she needed. She was either going to need a heal on her ult or something like that, or she was going to need bountiful cores doing more damage, because otherwise they're just the same as normal dendro cores. So, all right, so hang on, let me read something. Does this talent have to hit an enemy? No, wait, it's here, isn't it? This is the talent that does it. Third dance step will grant all nearby characters Golden Chalice bounty for 30 seconds. So we already have Golden Chalice's bounty. We already have it, so we can get straight into it.
Let's dance.
What was that? Okay, that's actually doing a little bit of damage.
Positions.
on, switch to Coley. There we go. Oh, okay, she doesn't have that up yet.
This is for you.
Okay, Coley's not really... I can imagine this working a lot better with the Traveler. Because Coley is not... Coley's not really helping with the fact that her ult doesn't last very long. The Traveler seems to... Like, he just has a longer lasting ult. So, let's exit and try that again. Oh, I didn't mean to fucking exit. I meant to continue. I wanted to give that another go. So let's jump back in. I want to find out if she's good. They, like, those enemies, for a second, they died super quick. I don't know what killed them. I genuinely don't know what killed them. Bro, that is actually good. It's only 14k though, but it's 14k in a massive AoE. Let's quickly do something. We want to get rid of the Golden Chalice's effect. Okay, so now we've got a normal Dendro Core. How much damage is that going to do? Come here, dude. Okay, so 9,200. Let's see how much damage it does to us. Okay, 193. Does her cores... They actually do more damage to me? No, that sucks.
Let the show begin.
Why? I can't believe you've done this. That means you need a healer more. The more damage she does, the more you need a healer. I would love to be able to equip different weapons in here. I want to be able to take this off and test her out. Because this is giving her 60.3% plus 20. She's getting a hell of a lot of HP just from this weapon. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that. Oh, Nilou. She's such a nice looking character though. Come on, you gonna do something? Oh man, I can imagine, like, she is strong in her niche. She's strong in her niche. Let's quickly, I want to have a look at these because we can't vaporize with her. One hit, sword dance. Okay, so whirling steps, sword dance actually does more damage. So what's the duration? The duration is 12 seconds. Wait, what? Hang on a second. Does she not have... So this is on cooldown, right? Is this AoE around her gonna run out? Oh, you're kidding. So it runs out before her before her E is up. Her E will run out before her E comes back up ready to use. I was really hoping that you would be able to rotate between them. So your first E skill, you put the AoE around you, and then your second E skill, you use E skill and then attack, attack, attack. Because obviously the sword dance, where is that? It does more damage. Sword dance does more damage. Does 11.47% of her max HP. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Especially considering that she's level 80 with 50k HP. That's more than my Zhongli. She's gaining HP from this weapon. She's gaining HP from her artifacts, which I don't know what artifacts she's on. So, but she's getting 20k there, right? And then she is gaining more HP from being in the team with another Hydro unit. Actually, hang on a second. We have to go. We have to get out of here. Okay, Resonance. So Resonance is off. She has 50k HP without gaining Soothing Water for an extra 25% max HP. Like it says it's on. Like you can see on the dial it says it's on, but it would be lit up here, I'm pretty sure. Let's actually test it. Let's go Hydro.
Let's go get our.
And then we got a Resonance. Yeah, so they're not active if you don't have a full party. I thought that was the case. If you don't have a full party, you don't have Resonances active, which means In the trial, this character here, Nilou, does not have as much HP as she probably should have. If she's paired up with Barbara at all times, she should have more HP than that. Come on, everybody, group up.
Just like we rehearsed. This dance is for you. Fallen Amber, help!
How dare you, get back down here.
On me. Here.
I really don't like the fact that she hurts herself. I get the idea of it, right? I get the idea of, oh, but this gives you more elemental mastery when you're hit by dendro attacks, and she is constantly hitting your own team with dendro attacks. I get it. It's cool, right? However, she hurts her own team, which means she either needs a shield unit, which would be ideal if you had a shield unit that had 100% uptime, like Zhongli. However, there are no Hydro or Dendro units in the game that provide shields. There's not a single one. So the fact that she hurts her own team means that you need to pair her up with a healer. Otherwise, in long drawn out fights, right? Or in fights that just happen over time again, like you're exploring, doesn't matter whether you're the best player in the world. You are going to be hurting your own team. Unless you can somehow dodge every single bountiful core that gets spawned. Now, having said that, she actually seems pretty strong. That's a lot of AoE damage. I can't imagine her being that great against bosses because it's only one instance of a bountiful core that can get spawned. But for AoE, she actually seems pretty strong. On that note, let's quickly talk about her not being able to group up enemies. Yes, okay, the explosion is massive.
Let the show begin.
But I don't think that's enough. Oh, you dick. Let's do this and then do this. Like, these enemies are all spawning in the same spot, okay? So it's kind of cheating. When there's an enemy out here, right? But let's say we're in Abyss. This is an Abyss floor. An enemy spawns right here and then at the other side of the room. You have to wait. You have to go to one set of enemies and essentially get that enemy to group up with this enemy here. Now imagine there's two Shrine Maidens. How the hell are you going to get them to group up? That's going to be such a pain, man. So maybe there'll be a Dendro character in future that will cause roots to come out of the ground and grab enemies from far away and draw them into a certain point. That would work really well with Nilou because that means all of your explosions are all generated nice and close together, and all of the damage that is being dealt to the characters within that radius is all being shared. Every single Dendro explosion is not being split amongst all the enemies. They're all receiving the same amount of damage, but multiple times because of the multiple different Dendro cores that are getting spawned. So she's really good at AoE. She's really good at AoE. But she can't group them. She doesn't have a way to group them right now. If you ask me, I actually think a Hyper Bloom team is better right now. Because it has more options. It's not restrictive. This is the same problem I have with Benny C6, is it's not a flat out upgrade. It is actually restrictive in some way. Now, it's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily bad. I just don't like it. That being said, I actually did enjoy her playstyle a little bit. I actually quite like this.
This dance is for you.
I need to remember to switch to Barbara and DPS with her. Come on. Oh, I fucked up. I could have got 2 Dendro Cores there. Switch to Coley. Let's do this.
Try this on the side.
Oh, you got hit twice, man. What? What the hell was that?
All eyes on me.
That was weird, man. I don't know what happened there. So, oh man, she's hard to place. She's hard to place. I think she's good. I think she's good. If you want to pull for a strong character, I actually think she's a strong character. If you want to pull for waifu, then you didn't need my approval. Just pull him in. Just pull the character that you want. But I think she's strong. For anyone who wanted to know, I think she is a very strong character. She has a lot of potential. I would love to be able to test her without this weapon, but face value, very strong. Very strong. I would love to see the sort of damage that she could do in a vape comp. Maybe I'll look that up because I won't be able to test that unless I pull her. So maybe I'll look that up instead to find out. She's very strong. Very, very good. Now the question becomes, do we pull for her? I am thinking that I might. I might pull for Nilou, but I'm not going to go past 10. I'm going to do a 10 pull. If I'm lucky enough to get her, happy days. If I'm not, sorry, I'm waiting for Nahida. If Nahida's not going to be good, then I'll probably think about doing some more summons. But for now, I am actually going to just pray that this next 10 pull, it's kind of going to stuff me over because I don't have enough to guarantee Nahida if I pull Nilou here. But I think we do it. Let's give it a crack. No, it wasn't meant to be. I could take it up to 20, but what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to do 10 pulls on the weapon banner. And the goal is to either obtain her weapon, which I think is actually a good weapon. It's not really useful on anyone else other than her, but it could be useful on other characters in future. So to obtain her weapon, or I actually really like, we go here, the Primordial Jade Cutter. I don't really have a weapon that super matches Ayato right now. So I'm thinking that if I'm able to get this is a good weapon. So, but we're just going to do 10 pulls, and the reason we're doing the 10 pulls to start with is to see whether we can get this weapon. So, no 5-star. Let's see the 4-star that we get. And these are the only summons that we're doing. What are we gonna get? Ah, we didn't get it. That's okay. That's okay. What were we at here? I think we said we were 6 in, which means we're 16 in. Do we take this up to 20? I don't think we do, because we don't really have a weapon for her. I suppose it doesn't matter. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 4 more. Take us all the way up to 20. Spoiler alert, we didn't get her. So, my final thoughts on our newest waifu, Nilou. I went from saying she is a wild card who could be super broken to thinking her kit was just too niche. But after Nilou's release and getting to try her in her trial, I would like to make my final verdict. And that is, she's a bit of both. Yes, she is niche, but Nilou has a lot of things going for her, like good duration on her team buff, the Golden Chalice's bounty lasting 30 seconds, Bountiful Cores doing significantly more damage the more HP Nilou has, her skill and her burst scaling off her max HP, her Bountiful Cores each doing reasonably strong damage in a wide AoE very quickly, which is very strong in groups of enemies. She is a good character. She may have a few downsides like needing to bring a healer and the lack of Hydro or Dendro shielders in the game, but she is manageable. If you plan to get her weapon, which will significantly increase her health, I might suggest get Kokomi first. But if you only plan to have 60k HP, I think she could be manageable just with Barbara. But should you pull for her? My final thought is yes. if you like a fun and unique team that is still able to dish out very respectable damage. When it comes to multiple enemies, Nilou can be a DPS queen, but when it comes to single targets, then maybe. She can still do plenty of damage 1v1, however, there are and will be better single target damage dealing characters. That's my final verdict on Nilou, so whatever you decide to do, I wish you all the very best of luck. If you want to be a legend and you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, it is greatly appreciated. If you want to see more videos in future, please feel free to subscribe, it really does go a long way. But for now, that will do it from me. So until next time, YouTube, I'll catch you later.